What is going on, Warriors? It's your boy Shinryu back again with another video, and it is time for yet another Street Fighter Duel content. Okay, uh, pretty much gotten some job done for the morning, and now it's time for us to unleash and see what this new event, as well as Oni himself, has to offer. Okay, a lot of my folks as well have posted, but I've decided not to look, so I don't have any sort of like influenced opinion as well as thoughts with regards to the character. But as you can see in the notes here, it says. He's ready to show his Goku Satsu in Street Fighter Duel and ready to go to the wish list, unlock, and all that kind of stuff. I have taken a brief look at the character already. I believe I've selected the character, but I haven't been in depth yet in terms of like observing the character, seeing what it can do, and all that kind of stuff. But let's get into it and let's see what we can find out. Okay, all right. There he is in all his glory. There, Oni. He is pretty much an Inferno character. Everything's out here for you to see. He is an attacker, which is great as well because those are two, you know, classes that I started work on, the attack as well as the assassin. I was hoping it's gonna be one of the two, but I didn't think that was gonna be detrimental, so I didn't mention that on my wish list. He's also agility, which is actually kind of great. I don't have to start trying to like squabble for another set of like power based equipments for him. And of course, as you guys know, he is in the Satsukin clan, right? That's what that is for. That's his fighting style. So we're going to go right ahead and start checking a few things out. First of all, we're going to go right ahead and just do a brief look at the entire event and what is new at a glance. Looking at this picture right now, I can't see anything that kind of pops up. Okay, we do have Lucky Treasure Hunt here. Alright, and it is time for us to pick our first set of 20. Right, this is one. There was a time when I actually made a mistake and I forgot this. Now, if I remember in one of the update notes, I'm going to find which update note this is by searching through my archives. They did mention that you are going to be able to pick up, there it is, Valiance fragments. So the only way you can actually pick them up is actually by sale. So I guess they were probably available the last time because I don't think I remember scrolling through this. I'll probably check and see if I actually did pick up any of these lucky treasure hunts recently. So you actually have to pay for the Valiance. Oh, that is quite unfortunate. I actually didn't even realize that. I thought it was something that I can hopefully pick around here eventually. I'm gonna go for my EX scrolls. This actually is not a bad option as well, but um, I'm just gonna go for EX scrolls, all right? Because I want to start focusing on an individual EX scroll right now. I've just been gathering as much as possible. I don't think that's the right strategy. We're going to discuss that in a different video as well. Okay, so we're going to go right ahead and let's just close this one out there. But so this is where you can actually get Valiance. Wow, it's actually for sale. That's quite unfortunate. They should have done a way that you could actually grind for it or no gems, but alright, that's going to be a topic for a different day as well. Let's go right ahead and just clear that part as well. What else is new on the glance? Of course, we have the Demonic Temple. That's obvious. Let's go over to the event section first of all. And let's see. He has limited time experience as well. This is actually cool. Alright, nice animation. What is the best reward here? Mummy Thousand is not a bad option, but remember what I said before. It doesn't matter how scarce or how you would be strong to get a character. As long as they're a regular faction, you don't want to be wasting on that unless you've actually cleared, for example, the fake gems. You know, in fact, you're better off having one of these ones, right? Because all you need is what, 75 for it to get a guaranteed pull. Obviously, it's not going to be him, but you have two chances, which is 75%. That's what, 150. For every two chances you get, you would have had at least one chance of this guaranteed character, but by now they shouldn't be using Gal and Sea Viper as options. I guess for just new players, that kind of makes sense. But it looks like this is going to be the main champ here. All right, this Soul Core, because it is really scarce. It is really scarce. But let's go. Let's move on from there. What else? City Pursuit is back. Due to the last one, I probably get the final street art because I think I just need one more. Yeah, and then that's pretty much it with that. But let's go over to the character and let's just have a brief look and let's see if my wish list comes true. Right? If you remember, I mentioned I do want the character to not just be a passive based character. All right, I want him to actually be a trigger based character, right? Because of the C3, we need that C3 to be available. Oh yeah, and the last thing also, did we get free copies as well? That is definitely one that I'm actually curious to see as well. It would actually be nice to actually have those two free copies or one or whatever it is. This is pretty much the same as Ivory and Akuma or the other whatever. It's almost like an Asatsuken, Asatsuken, event. That's the best way that you call it. Or well, minus Akuma was a bit different. His was a lot simpler, interesting but simpler, right? I guess it was kind of like the trial version. Of course, the new fighter has arrived, and see right here. Here Goken. Let's see the kit first. All right, let's see the kit. All right. So let's go right ahead. What else are we looking out for? Yeah, let's see the battle lot. No, not the battle. Which one's going to show the what do you call it? Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, there it is. So you get one here, nice. And get another one here, nice. Oh, this is what makes this match nice. So this is actually really nice. Like they're actually giving us like two, and for you to start from an A plus mode, that is actually superb. Big, hat off to the devs for sure. But now, final bit of everything before we actually come to close. Let's have a look at the character and let's see if and if not all of my prayers are answered. If this guy is a passive based character, oh, that's just gonna be unfortunate. Okay, easiest way to check is by clicking on this. Oops, doesn't work. Oh wow. Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. When this is a three. Okay, you know what? One wish is out there is a three. All right, and also not only that, this is the three is important that it is not actually passive. Right, this is active. One is a passive. This is actually different. You know what? Let's go through everything because I don't want to get too excited here because this actually looks like a yeah kind of manual. This looks like it is like a like a duel of passive and active, and that's kind of like the best of both sides, right? It means you can actually use so you don't I don't have to worry about him having like a buff as the C1 because someone else can actually take that place and he will probably do it along if that's the way it works. We're going to look at it. I don't want to jump ahead. I'm going to talk about everything. This guy already okay, you know what? Let's see here. C3 check. Um what was my wish list again? I know number one I said I wanted him to not be passive. The passive was bound to the C3, right? So I will take this one even over the passive one. Having the chance to do this on its own and then passive, that that's actually even better. So that's like a double check. Let's see here. Um, I need to go through my wish list here. I wish actually I think I put it down somewhere. So I put it down somewhere so I can actually know so I wouldn't actually forget what I want the wish list to be. So I can actually review everything again because I know I wrote it down. Let's see on my phone. Good thing I wrote on my phone instead of my on a piece of paper that I have to go and scramble and look for. So advantage of a note, Samsung Notes to be precise, right there. Let's see here. This is not a problem, by the way. Just besides a very old phone. So let's see here. Okay, so yeah, no passives. Well, when I mean no passive, I wanted him not to have like a C1 and C3 where you cannot actually put him with Evil Ryu, but he has one passive, but he has that, which is great because I like passive, but because Avery already is a passive guy, I actually didn't care about this. But he needed to have one active one, and he has the most important one. It's not the C1 that is even active, just C3. So marvelous. This actually even beats my actual wish list, and I wanted him to be a 1 and a 3, and he is a 1 and a 3. Of course, you can't trigger that one. But then we do have enough ones in Akuma and Goken for starters, and of course, almost even Achan is has a C1 as well. So those characters as well, and Rose has a C2, so she's a little bit different. But so far my dream team is looking great. I wanted the C1 to be a buff, but that doesn't matter anymore because he actually doesn't do like a C1 actively, meaning he can actually, you know, do his thing, or however we get. Maybe the C1 gets triggered like every you. I don't know yet. I'm just super excited, and at least it doesn't make my third wish list one as C1 being a buff that important anymore. Um, and also we have energy removal. We're gonna find out in a bit if he actually can deplete energy. Based on the way he actually works, if he can deplete energy, as long as he's a heavy hitter, I'm cool with that. And of course, the two free units. Yo, I think if there's anything, there's only one that's gonna be off the list, and that is actually super amazing. So let's go right there. I'm actually pleased with the way the wish list went. I'm actually glad I did this wish list, so actually it feels like it was actually granted. I can actually deal with the lack of the energy removal, but imagine if it's actually there and it's gonna be there. Let's calm down on the excitement and let's go right ahead and let's focus back on the character himself. This was supposed to be as quick a video as I can make it, but the excitement sort of made it bigger. Let's go right ahead and let's see what the passive is. You know how we do on this channel here. We'll start with the passive to understand what the keywords are as well as what really matters, and then we climb our way up by looking at the combos and all the other stuff. All right. So now let's see. Upon entering the battle, unleash Satsui no Hado. Holy! Upon entering the battle, unleash Satsui no Hado, dealing true damage. So he's going as long as he starts or he comes in, he just does a raging demon. Save. That's dope. Dealing true damage to all enemy that is equal to 10% of their dealing true damage to all enemies that is equal to 10% of their current HP, capped at 40% of these fighters' attack. Also inflicts Sasuno Iki Oni. So his own version of Sasuno Iki. Oh, they separated it. Well, I understand, it makes sense. If they didn't separate it, oh my god, it would have been major. But I guess it could also be perk as well. Because of course if they didn't separate it, then it's easy to stack up a Sasuno Iki. But it makes sense that it's gonna be individual. You have to build its own Sasuno Iki compared to every Sasuno Iki, okay? Excuse me. On all enemies. Trigger skill Sekisei Jinraiken triggered when the raging demon hits a target with Sasuno Iki. Then it's all damage equal to turn 8 and attack to the nearest target. Okay, so he's going for the nearest target. All right, that is based on his just by being on the starting lineup. Increase the damage, so it's almost like Charming Dudley who throws a punch at the start of a battle, right? He does an attack, another kind of listen. Increases the damage of Sekisei Juriad. This order is just ordered to increase the turn 54% of attack. This ignores damage immunity effects. Upon unleashing Sekisei, Jiraiya can deal an additional strike that deals soul damage equal to 7% of attack to enemies in a small area. Alright, so Sekisei Jiraiya is going to be one of his moves. So now the first thing they're saying here is this: the trigger skill. Oh, is that what this is? No, that's this one here. Oh no, what am I doing? Oh, hold on. This is actually its own thing. Okay, so Sekisei Jiranken. So it said trigger skill. Let's see here. Deal an additional damage. No, I don't need this one here. Upon unleashing Sekisei Jiranken, deal an additional strike that deals soul damage equal to 200% of attack to enemies in a small area. So, are they calling this version of? You know what? I actually this is my wrong. It says unleash the Satsui no Hado. That's not. That's just the evil moderate intent. That's not the raging demon. That's my bad there. I just got too excited there. So pretty much you're unleashing moderate intent, dealing true damage to whatever. So whatever that move is. Let's see if we can see all the moves that he does. Okay, I know there's one move that he does um in the Shadowless City event that I couldn't account for. I realized that it was actually like a third move because I only discussed two moves, right? The Raging Demon and this techniques, like this smash. But then there was one he did again. So I'm guessing it's might be I don't know. Is this a fireball? We'll definitely see how it works, with the details there. But I think it's not a Raging Demon, just its own move, and whatever the move is going to be unleashed, kind of like how Charming Dudley kind of works. So that's actually great as well. That's dope. I don't see any effects like a burn or that kind of stuff. Just do soul damage. So this is actually to only increases soul damage by 6% and crit rate by 4% for 30 seconds. Stacks up 10 times. So here's the thing with Oni, he's only granting it on himself. That's all I can say. I can see that it says grant teammates. Let me see. Also inflicts on all enemies. So it just inflicts them on all enemies and just can't do damage to them. That's about it. He's not buffing his teammates. That's fine. You know, Avery will do that for you. Alright. So let's go to the first super, alright? Let's get the things going. Now, Shun Goku Satsu. We already know that. This is the Raging Demon itself. This is what we're talking about here. Alright, quickly strike nearest target 7 times, dealing soul damage equal to 484% of attack. The first and third strikes absorb 1 Satsu no Iki from the target, also strengthen the next Tenchi's. So Kaigen Unleashed, increasing its damage by 25%. I believe that's the stuff here because I've never seen it yet. So if you do this, you give this stuff an automatic 25% buff. Alright, so but you also bear in mind it says also strengthen the next. So for and it's all well. So meaning, if for example you have someone that has a C3 and you do this and you don't do this right away, but then you start with maybe for example evil review. Let's say you're pairing with Bison, right? And use Bison's super the first time, then you do evil reviews, whatever. He should still remain active when you do the next one. So it's just going to stack it up and wait for it to use it up with this. So that's actually not bad. Increase the damage of Tenchi Shukaken by 35%. Alright, so you're now again 35% bonus. If this rider has at least 4 Sasuno Iki active, increase damage of Tenchi Shukaken by an additional 15%. So, meaning if you have 4 without actually adding this extra 35%, you already have 15%. So meaning you can actually have a combination of 50% in total by the time you have it on 4. This guy looks like a damage stacking boss, bro. Right? Exclusive to Oni, increases soul damage by 6% and crit rate by 4% for 30 seconds. Stacks up to 10 times. Well, we already know that's why this works. Now, this is the one that let's go here. I want to look at one last because one seems to be a bit special, right? So this one here, gather up the Assassin Hado and unleash 3 powerful strikes. The first strike deals AoE damage equal AoE damage, nice, to 248% of attack. The second strike deals AoE damage equal to 212% of attack. The third strike deals AoE damage equal to 285% of attack. Honestly, Bison is still looking like he's almost undroppable. That's just the truth. He doesn't have something that keeps him alive, throughout the battle that can make you think, you know what, maybe I can put him in place of Bison, but I guess that will make people combine him and Bison again, and that will just be too. But then again, how will it work if one of them has to go eventually? When this skill triggers a crit, it has 100% chance to inflict grave injury. Okay, so we have grave injury, so that is a debuff. Finally, I was wondering if it was going to have a debuff as well. That means that automatically puts him in the boss, battle category, boss damage dealing category, right? Increase crit damage of this skill by 30%, and then of course by 40%. So grave injury decreases healing received by 10% and increases bleed damage by 10% for 10 seconds. Stacks up to 5 times, so even better than bleed, right? It's a combination of healing deficiencies as well as bleeding, detrimental effects. So third one's all right, just not pretty much just stuff to finish up the combo, not too spectacular, right? But we're gonna go right ahead and now we're gonna look at the one. This is what I'm actually most excited for. All right. So how does this work? All right. As said, this skill can take position 1 in the combo chain. It cannot be manually unleashed. It has one time automatic unleash after any allied fighter finishes unleashing combo 3. Okay, now that is a tricky statement. So when you mean an allied fighter, does that include himself as well? I hope that's what it means. I hope it includes himself as well, because if they're only talking about his teammates, and that would actually be flawed. That means you need a C3 character, and that ruins the dream team for sure. But well, almost, because you can use Bison in place of, that ruins the dream team. Yeah, because Dream Team is supposed to be just your Sasuke clan, right? Um, then again, doesn't mean it's the most effective team. Like I said, it's just more or less a sentimental team I'm thinking about, right? So don't, if you want to make it more effective, you definitely want to mix somebody else, someone like a support in between. So that's get that cleared out. Now here's how it works: unleash an energy wave that deals. So this work kind of works like Every use, except you don't have a timed restriction. Every I believe you need to wait for at least 13 seconds or so before you can actually unleash the next one, right? Whoa, wait a minute. They look alike. Well, almost. So this is definitely going to be a fireball. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's probably that one-handed fireball. Yeah, that's what it is. But let's go back to Ivory again. Actually, you can just go back and forth. Don't have to just side by side ready. If we use on, you can see trigger interval is actually 18 seconds, right? Um, does it drop it at all? No, it doesn't. So you can only do this every 18 seconds to unleash this. And the reason why this kind of makes sense is because it's dropping energy level lower by 60, right? That's an energy drop move there, right? I was hoping that's the one thing that um, Oni lacks, but it's fine, right? You don't want to be having to. Well, you have other guys that do that, but I guess they kind of made it a better mechanic in a way. But this one here kind of works every time. So at least you're not having the one wasted. Imagine when you now have both ones occurring at the same time. Oh, I just haven't checked for detrimental effect yet on how it affects. Because when you do Shingoku Satsu with Evil Ryu, you're taking health away from your team members. I can't see anything like that here, which was my fear initially, but I'll check again to make sure. All right, so let's see, unleash energy wave that deals, yeah. So damage attack to single target with 50 chance to inflict Sasunoiki. So you just, and then of course it goes to 60%, goes 7%, goes 75%. All right, so just additional way to just stack up Sasunoiki. That's pretty much what this is. Not as special as Evil Reuse, which also means not as recurring as Evil Reuse. All right, so now let's look at Sasunoiki. This is the last I want to look at. Okay, I'm very very curious first of all as to what the maximum damage of Sasunoiki is. Bear in mind it can increase in 15% increment, or of course, mixing up every means you ought to boost him a bit further. We're looking at 484%. All right, so not as powerful as Akuma's. Yeah. Let's go back and let's go to the master. All right, and let's look at Akuma's Shungoku Satsu. All right, that's it right here. We call it Raging Demon, but we know what it is. All right. Oh, okay. Actually, well, this is Shin Shungoku Satsu. This is Shin. This is more dangerous. So the regular one gets you 7% of attack, and of course, the special one gets you, I believe it's 1,000. So yeah, goes 865 and 1,000, respectively. All right. But then again, bear in mind that this is of his attack, right? If you have Oni stacking up his Satsu no Iki, you know that that also automatically means, for example, if you're looking at 484%, and he's doing Shin Gokusatsu, not Shin Shin Gokusatsu. I think he's the Shin in the other one, but I can't remember. But in this case here, don't forget that once you have, the Satsu no Iki, you're going to be having, some additional buff. What does it do? You increase by 6%, and you can stack up to 10 times, and you can get up to 60% of this, and that kind of makes it crazy. So character looks nice, looks badass. It doesn't look like broken in my own opinion. He looks, what is actually unique about the character is the fact that he has one passive and he has one active, meaning he can join in attacks. Meaning he can end up having as much as 4 people attacking at the same time. Why do I say 4? For example, a piano with Ryu. If Ryu fulfills if you do the C3 and you don't have that 18 seconds detriment, you're going to be doing your fireball with Evil Ryu. Goku, the person who is triggering the C1, because depending who's triggering the C, actually you don't have. That's true. I can't say that because this is more or less like an after trigger effect, meaning You don't have to, unless you, well, you can actually end up doing your C1 just about the time when he's doing this, or a combo, whatever, right? But the thing is that, most cases, you probably want to use either Ivry or Shun, or, or, Oni's C1. I mean, super combo to start things up. Now, there's something I'm looking at here. I'm seeing 3-3-4-3 here. Why haven't I ever noticed that before? Let's look at Ivry. 3-3-4-3. Why haven't I noticed this before? What is this stuff? I'm actually just trying to 3-3-4-3. Like, is this what everyone has? I can see it here too. Oh, okay, okay, I get it now. It's pretty much the level that you've unlocked, right? This one here has 4 levels to unlock. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, okay, that's what it is. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, okay. I was wondering what that number was. I know I didn't notice that before. I probably did, but I just ignored it. I don't know why it kind of stood out with Oni. But yeah, there is Oni for you right there, and he looks pretty much amazing. Looks like someone I can't wait to actually try out, with the combination. But like I said before, let's look at the key thing, the last key thing that we need to discuss here real quick. Okay, I don't want to forget this because it's actually pretty important. If it is actually an issue at all, when you do your Shun Gokusatsu, where is it over here? All right, let's see. Shun Gokusatsu is unleashed when Dragon Slam or Shuriken kills an enemy. All friendly fighters lose 1% of the current HP. Every time, alright? 1% of the current HP, or meaning the stronger they are, the more HP they're going to be losing at the same time, right? Just bear that in mind. That's the first thing you need to remember. Each time you're doing Raging Demon, you are exhausting everyone's health. That is Ivry right there for starters. I believe Akuma also has the same detriment as well. Let's go here. Or does he? I'm not sure. So when instantly strike the remote enemy 7 times, then inflame. After unleashing, gain 1 extreme. Let's just start to conquer. Shigatsu uses up all the. Alright, okay, so Akuma doesn't give you that detriment. Alright. I don't see it like that. Okay, so Akuma is fine. Akuma is not as self-damaging as Ivry is when it comes to his Satsuno Iki, right? Alright. So let's go over and let's see Oni. Let's clarify that because, like I said, in the TN version, when I was watching the video and looking at the review kit, I believe I saw that that's something that he could actually do. So over here, let's see. Tell him to nearest target. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So no detrimental factor there. That actually solves my worry that I was worried about, which got to having impaired with Ivry. So that's all cool. Looks like Dream Team is still in session until we actually find out if they're actually compatible once you put them together in gameplay. But Ivry, man, you just have to be the one that would actually have to start affecting everybody's health, eh? But it's all good. Doing 800 6% of attack when you can actually stack up your stats in your Iki. Alright. That's crazy. So that's it, guys, for me with regards to Goken. We've seen every one of the others, Satsuken crew. We haven't seen Oni rather. I said Goken. We haven't seen Goken's being put in yet because he's just pretty much yet to be the tank in the Dream Team, like I mentioned before. That is just my Dream Team being a team of Satsuken, and those are the guys I'm going to be focusing on. Until maybe they announce these collab characters that I have to be worried or concerned about. But otherwise, that's pretty much it for me, guys. What we're going to do next is we're going to go right ahead and we're going to be doing the limited time experience. All right, we're going to be trying out the character and we're going to see how effective he is. I'm sure you should start getting ready to see some badass bosses. As you know what time it is, that's typically how you gauge how good the character is going to be. And that also makes me have to invest fully in also attack based characters too, and not just assassins alone. Because if you look at my fighting heart, it's Assassin's already going 35 right now. Attack is next in its way in 25. And of course we also have tanks at 25 as well. So I'm just gonna once I get this 35, I'm gonna be pushing this all the way to 30 as best as I can. Supports are still lacking, and I do have some very nice support team members like Achon, for example, and of course there are going to be people who actually like using Elena as well. But we're going to see how this actually works out. Super excited. Video was longer than I expected. Wasn't planned to stretch it out this long, but it is what it is. Let me know if you guys enjoyed the video, my thoughts, and what you guys think about my wish list versus what actually came out. With regards to the character, do you think I shouldn't have bulged with regards to some of the way it panned out? Like for example, Goken triggering his C1 by himself rather than having it being a passive. Um, Otherwise, it's been your boy Shin Ryu. Subscribe to the channel, smash a like on the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.